Stephen, I want to start with you. The decision to, you know, bring back the original Doctor and kind of end it that way. I'm just interested in, for you, like, why that was important, why you wanted to kind of end your run with that.
Just got a fun thing to do. I mean, the most interesting Doctor to revisit the modern show would be the original, who was so different from the man he grew into being and the woman he's about to become. That's the most exciting thing to do. I didn't think we could ever do it,
sure,
because obviously William Hartnell does not return my phone calls with any alacrity. But but when I mentioned that at New York Comic Con, Peter quite properly said, "Well, we could get David Bradley." And, you know, David Bradley is an extraordinary resemblance to William Hartnell, and it's an astonishing recreation of his performance.
Sure. So, Peter, for you, as, you know, obviously a longtime fan of the show, now you have played the Doctor, being able to pay homage to the original like that, what has that meant for you?
Oh, that's wonderful for me, because that's obviously the first Doctor I remember. The show started when I was like 5 years old.
Sure.
And I have this really distant memory of this strange, rather grumpy man in the TARDIS, but being rather kind of magical. And I think David caught that absolutely perfectly. The first Doctor, if you didn't grow up in the 60s, you know, along with the Beatles and Fog and Small and School Milk and all that stuff, you won't realise what it was like to have this kind of Wizard of Oz-like character appearing in the corner of your room with this little tiny black and white television. And that's what William Hartnell was like, and that's the kind of essence that David captures for me so beautifully. So for me, it was lovely. It was like full circle.
Sure. Have you started filming Christmas Special? Filmed it?
We just, well, these guys are still working on editing it, but I finished my bit of it about a week ago.
All right. Well then, since you finished filming, obviously for anyone that might be dead or might not be in it, what has it been like for all of you all to leave these characters, to say goodbye? Is that a difficult process?
Well, I don't know. What do you think? You guys go ahead.
Well, very sad, because I have to say Missy was probably one of the best parts I've ever had in my career, and I did find the last couple of weeks really difficult to film, because it was a mental note, you know, especially as I looked into Peter's blue, grey, watery eyes, that this would be the last time I'll do this, it's the last time I'll see this, it's the last time I will prod the Doctor and torment him, and so yes, there's real sadness, and but yeah, everything, you know.
Till next year.
Till next year. Till I grow another arm and this cockroach will survive.
I mean, especially, I know that final scene between the Doctor and Bill was so emotional. What was it like for you to film that?
That was hugely emotional, actually. Yeah, we filmed that the last day of series 10 as well, so we were wrapping that up, and it was an emotional day.
Yeah, I think it's hard for everybody, because in a way the characters get to say things that the actors aren't able to say to each other. I think often, you know, you find that the emotional kind of feelings that you have about each other come out through the characters. And it's quite sad, but you've got to keep it in check as well, because you've got to be professional.
Yeah, and you can't weep your way through all your scenes.
I know, I make a fool of myself by weeping at the drop of a hat, and everyone just thinks I'm a big girl's blouse, which is true. But, so I try not to do it too much.
Professionals cry sometimes.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I do all the time. But I can never do it when I need to, on camera.
Oh, I know.
I can't do it on when wanted.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like, you know, Doctor Who is so unique just in that you know it's going to live on. You know there's already a new Doctor who's been announced. Yes. Did you?
I hope they get a woman.
The moment your back was turned.
Yes. But she's wonderful. Jodie Whittaker, I spoke to her last week. She's fantastic.
Did you give her any advice?
I said just enjoy it, because it's absolutely incredible. But she'll be fabulous, you know. And it was lovely to speak to her and see how much wit and passion and affection she has for the show. And so she's going to be brilliant.
Yeah. But for all of you, you know, to work on something, to know already that it will live on in, you know, a slightly different but similar version, is that comforting to you? Like, what is that like as an actor to kind of, or a creator, to know that there will be more that you might not do it?
Well, I mean, obviously you're going to have a pang when it comes back and you realise it didn't need you at all. You're always going to have that feeling. At the same time, it would be so awful if it didn't continue. No one has done any of these jobs on Doctor Who wants to be the last person to do them. You do want to hand it on course you'll have a moment of melancholy about it. We're Scottish, so we'll be melancholy. Years, Michelle too.
Yeah.
And it'll
Well,
just
I'm
be
really Scottish.
We're only
a
Italian.
competition.
It's not just
Is it
from
really?
Paisley. Yes.
With a name like Gomez, of course.
Final clan that was.
Scottish Mexican. Right? There's
Scottish
not many,
Mexican.
not many of us, but no, but no,
Amazing food.
I think as sort of Team Doctor, who you're thrilled that it is going to go on, that it
Team
will
Doctor?
charge ahead. Charge ahead. What?
I thought you said Team Doctor. I thought that was
Oh, that's a spin-off.
spread
That's
over
next
Like a
time.
Team
prequel.
Doctor Who.
Played
Team
by
Doctor
Mark.
Who as a teenager.
Bless you.
Haggis Jacobs.
I think our cameraman said that. His son is 8, our cameraman, and his son absolutely loves Doctor Who. And came and he was like, I think I'm going to be the new Doctor, but it's going to be like a prequel, like, set in like, when the Doctor's like at the academy.
Well, that was,
convinced.
that was
Like,
one
I
of
think it's gonna be
William, one
me.
of William Hartnell's many ideas which weren't taken on board by the original production team was a spin-off called Son of Doctor Who.
It was an
Wow.
evil son,
The
also
evil
played by
son.
William Hartnell.
Yeah.
He was spinning himself off on his own show.
He didn't
I don't know
wanna
how
go.
he thought the schedule was going to work. Sorry guys, I'm doing Son of Doctor who looks exactly like me, but is evil.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having
Thank you for
us.
having us.